the way you present the question reminds me with putting an answer on the tongue of the sheikh. But let me explain to you what is the meaning of necessity first, since you're talking about the principles of jurisprudence, so we don't jump into conclusion. The word necessity was mentioned in the Quran multiple times, and when you examine, for instance, the ayah which was mentioned on Surah Al-Baqarah or in Surah Al-Ma'idah, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Baqarah, إِنَّمَا حَرَّمَ عَلَيْكُمُ الْمَيْتَةَ وَالدَّمَ وَلَحْمَ الْخِنْزِيرِ وَمَا أُهِلَّ بِهِ لِغَيْرِ اللَّهِ. That is ayah number 173, chapter number 2. What Allah has forbidden for you, al-mayta, ad-dam, the blood, lahm al-khinzir, the swine flesh, and whatever was slaughtered under the name other than the name of Allah. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَمَنِ اضْطُرَّ غَيْرَ بَاغٍ وَلَا عَادٍ فَلَا إِثْمَ عَلَيْهِ إِنَّ اللَّهَ غَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. But whoever is forced by necessity, neither desiring it nor transgressing its limits, then there is no sin upon him. Indeed, Allah is غَفُورٌ Rahim. There is also another reference in Surah Al-Ma'idah, but it says فَمَنِ اضْطُرَّ فِي مَخْمَصَةٍ غَيْرَ مُتَجَانِفٍ لِإِثْمٍ فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ غَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ, in the same context, ayah number 3, chapter number 5, and so on. So ad-darura is whenever there is a life threat. Whenever there is a life threat. If the person is starving and there is nothing to spare his life but a meat, which he certainly knows it is a dead meat, or a meat of a swine, or a meat of a dog, or a meat of an animal which is not permissible for us to eat. What is the solution? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَمَنِ اضْطُرَّ غَيْرَ بَاغٍ وَلَا عَادٍ. And the ayah of Surah Al-Ma'idah, فِي مَخْمَصَةٍ غَيْرَ مُتَجَانِفٍ لِإِثْمٍ. A combination of all means, he doesn't desire it. He doesn't like it. He doesn't want it. Nor is he transgressing its limits. Yani, so when he eats just to survive. Just to survive. So in this case, that is permissible. The example you gave is a wrong analogy. There is no harm to your wealth. The harm to your wealth will happen when you choose to pay mortgage, to pay riba, or when you choose to charge interest. If you deposit your money in a conventional bank where there is interest accumulated, you take it and you benefit out of it. That's pure riba. When you pay likewise, there is no distinction between charging or paying, okay? But the necessity concerning wealth, like, here I have a family. I have to pay the rent. And I don't have money. Landlord will kick me out. I went to the center, I went to the brothers, to the sisters, they refuse to give me any. If I don't take a loan, even though it's an interest-based loan, my family would be homeless, would be thrown in the street. That's a necessity. Okay? I can't find any job to feed my family, but work in a place where I know it's haram to feed the family for a limited period until you find a lawful job, not to save money, not to make an investment, just to feed your family, So the idea of applying this necessity in the case of, we here as Muslims with this Islamophobia and all of that, we've been through all of that. If you have people who can help you with a goodly loan or do some sort of investment with you, no riba. Yeah, you have 40% of the price of the house and they will purchase 60% and you keep buying from them their shares. Meanwhile, you're paying them rent until you settle the payment. Cool, halal. That's perfectly fine. But to go willingly, you have a flat, you rent a property, and mashallah, you're doing okay. But you go to buy a house. You want to fulfill the American dream. You want to own your own house. With mortgage, no, haram. In Islam, this is not permissible. And that is not a necessity.